All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Los Angeles Lakers Daily, where we post daily Lakers content. If you guys are interested in that and like the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are, I think, like 25 subs away from 450, so every sub counts. Appreciate you guys. The trade deadline is only 8 days away, and we have, honestly, I think this is an absurd trade. I think this is a pretty absurd trade. I don't think the Indiana Pacers, first off, are going to trade CARIS LEVERT. I really don't think that they're going to trade CARIS LEVERT. I don't think that they're going to get any type of deal as far as what they've asked for. They've asked for 2 first-round picks for CARIS. And, CARIS is a really good basketball player. This season, about 18 points per game. He's young. He's only 27 years old. Last season, he averaged almost 21 points per game. So he's got a lot of scoring ability. And the Lakers could definitely use some extra scoring. What team couldn't? But 2 first-round picks. It's looking like it's going to be a very, very quiet trade deadline. And so with that being said, the only reason I could see that happening is if you get like a crazy, maybe like Jeremy Grant or Ben Simmons deal that kind of sets the market price, kind of similar to like Drew Holiday getting 3 first-round picks a couple of years ago. Something similar like that. I can't really see that happening to CARIS. 2 first-round picks, I just don't see it happening. But maybe 1, and then like I said, if there's a crazy trade in the NBA, maybe that's when Indiana can milk 2 from a team. The proposed trade today is the Lakers send Talen Horton-Tucker, Kendrick Nunn, and a second-round pick to the Indiana Pacers for CARIS. So, I think you can see why I kind of don't believe this would happen. I think if you're actually trying to entice Indiana, that needs to be a first-round pick. I mean, that literally needs to be a first-round pick. Miles Turner, this is the same Lakers trade for Miles Turner, just with a second-rounder instead of a first-rounder. And, Indiana, I don't think is really going to be interested in this too much. The only way I see Indiana accepting this trade is if the market's just absolutely quiet. There aren't really any trades going on, and you get Indiana they're desperate. They just decide, all right, we have to unload somebody. Maybe it's not going to be Sabonis, maybe it's not going to be Turner, maybe it's not going to be Brogdon or Warner, but we need to unleash somebody. And let's do this Lakers trade. We'll take a gamble on Kendrick Nunn because he's shown some good potential in his brief NBA career. Same goes for Talen Horton-Tucker. He probably has a little bit more potential than Kendrick, but that's the only way I see Indiana being all right, let's do this. Is if they're that high on both of those 2 players or one of them specifically, and the market just sucks. They're not getting anything they're looking for. So let's take a look at CARIS and what he can do for this Lakers team. This year he's averaging 18 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. He's shooting 43.5% from the field, which is his, that's just his career shooting, 43.5. 33 from downtown, right on with his career, 33 as well. So he's just a really solid basketball player. I mean, this guy is averaging a career low in turnovers since 2018 at just 1.9. I know that the 33% from downtown isn't, you see that it's not too crazy. He's only taking about 5 threes per game, but this is a guy, you need to respect his 3 shot. You're not going to leave him wide open or anything like that. He also has played in the playoffs. He's played in the playoffs. He played in 2018, 2019 with the Brooklyn Nets, and then played 2019, 2020 with the Brooklyn Nets. Unfortunately, he's only had 9 career games. 6 of them have been starts. But hey, I kind of like that. 9's not that low. There are a lot of guys the Lakers are pinpointing right now who just don't have much playoff experience. And here's the best part. In those 9 games, CARIS LEVERT, playoff average, 21 points per game. 21 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal. Shooting the ball 43% from downtown, 45%. So, that's 13 ticks higher than his career average. 45% from downtown in the playoffs in 9 games. That's super solid. So I view CARIS as a guy who's certainly not shy. He's going to step up to any challenge. You can argue, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. You get a team like the Lakers to swoop in for a trade for CARIS. He's already proven a lot of worth on Indiana, although Indiana, I mean, they're entering a rebuild phase. They're entering a full-on rebuild phase. They have so much talent, and they just can't win basketball games. They just can't win them. Brooklyn, that whole situation was kind of weird. It was before the whole Big Three era. But when he got his opportunity, he was ready to go. He was ready to go. 27 years old, like I said, he's not too young. He has 9 games of playoff experience, and he also isn't too old. He's still in his 20s. He's not even going to be 30 for a couple more years, more than a couple years. So this is a player who, if he actually were to go to the Lakers, he'd fit seamlessly. I mean, he could play the small forward if you want him to play the small forward, but he would be the perfect shooting guard. He'd be able to kind of throw Malik Monk, Wayne Ellington, those 2 guys onto the bench, just have them cemented there on the bench. Malik can provide that, off the bench scoring that the Lakers could so desperately use most nights. So I really like this trade. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want more Lakers content, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know down below in the comment section if you would accept that trade, and I'll see you guys later.